What is going on, YouTube? Joe here with Culination Media, and welcome to week 1 of the Pokemon Battle League. This is going to be my first match. I am, of course, representing the Philadelphia Phantumps, and we're going up against the Besaid Aurorus today. I believe that's how you pronounce it anyway. Shout outs to anybody that gets that reference, though. It's nice and Final Fantasy. Anyway, if you saw the team building video, which I posted yesterday, then you already know what the team is. I'm not going to go over it again. So if you haven't seen that, either go watch that video or just be okay with not really understanding what's going on. Either way, our battle today obviously is against a Roman, and every time we battle there's a ridiculous amount of hacks. Like, either I just hacks him like unbelievably, or more often than not he hacks me unbelievably. I'm hoping for a clean battle today with not much hacks, or at least like hoping that it was like last time where there was a lot of hacks, there was like critical hits constantly, but it didn't really affect the outcome of that battle. Yeah, he won that battle, but it was not because of the hacks. So I'm hoping that that is what we get today. It looks like he's going to be bringing the Torkoal as his Stealth Rocker and his Rapid Spinner. There's also the possibility that that Shiftry is carrying the Defog. I knew for certain that he was going to bring Togekiss, Landorus, and Raikou, which made prepping a little bit easier. It was just trying to decide. It was either going to be Torkoal or Registeel for Stealth Rock, and then his other two Pokemon were kind of up in the air. I was really hoping he was going to bring that Goodra, because it does not match up against my team well for me. So I guess that would mean that it's a good matchup for him, and that's why Carnivine has the the natural gift. But I don't know that we're going to get to use it, because it's pretty difficult to be able to predict Shiftry to come in. Unless we can catch him like trying to switch in on a Sleep Powder or something. So we're going to have to use Espeon to pivot around Torkoal as far as Stealth Rocks are concerned. That Landorus, I'm going to assume, is whatchamacallit, Life Orb. I'm going to assume that Landorus is Life Orb. It's like my headphones keep falling out of my ear. Okay, so let's get going. I'm leading off with Staraptor because we should be able to get momentum either way or get a huge amount of damage off. I don't think I'm going to click Double Edge, though, or Brave Bird. I think I'm going to U-turn pretty much regardless on this first turn. So he's going to lead off with the Landorus, and I believe Adamant Scarf Staraptor does like 90% with Double Edge / Brave Bird. I don't think he would pull the switch directly into Raikou, because it would take a lot of damage, even if I did go for Brave Bird. Although Double Edge hits everything on his team neutrally, so I got to keep that in mind. It's looking more like my win condition here is going to be Talonflame. I just need to get some damage off on the... Well, actually, no. It looks like my win condition is going to be Staraptor, to be honest. Staraptor poops on everything. Absolutely everything just gets demolished by this thing. So we're going to U-turn out here. Even if he's Scarf, which I don't believe he is. I mean, he could be. I really think he's Life Orb, though, because that's by far the best set. I'm expecting him to have Knockoff, for sure Rock Slide, and then an Earth type, a Ground type attack, and then something else, like Hidden Power Fire, Hidden Power Ice, Psychic, Sludge Wave. Sludge Wave would just be for Carnivine. I highly doubt he's bringing Sludge Wave. But anyway, we're just going to U-turn out here because that's the best play at this point. And he is Scarf because he outspeeds me. And he gets a critical hit. Are you kidding me? Oh my goodness, what did I say? I said no hacks, please. No. I know this is not serious, but that really gets on my nerves, because I just finished saying Staraptor is my win condition. I should have hard switched. What are the chances that he was Scarf and gets a crit? Because he couldn't even flinch me. So if he didn't get that crit, I was not dead. Now we can go hard into a Garchomp here because he's locked into Rock Slide. I'm gonna click Stealth Rock. We may have already lost this game. Like, turn 1. After all that prep I did to just get critted like that on turn 1, really, like, hits me in the gut. But we're not going to despair. the time for complaining is over. Got it out of my system. We're going to focus, and we're going to get ourselves back into this game. He's going to go hard into Togekiss here, I'm assuming. Egg word, that has to be Togekiss. Yeah, okay. So, I don't know what this set is going to be. I was kind of up in the air on whether or not it was going to be defensive or if it was going to be nasty plots. At least we don't have to worry about Thunder Waves here. He could be like Wish Pass Togekiss. Defensive, potentially, to try to keep things like Slowking as healthy as possible. I know it has Regenerator, but even still. Now, I have the Poison Jab. Stone Edge obviously would have done more, and yeah, Stone Edge would have done more, but the reason I'm carrying the Poison Jab is because I have such terrible luck, especially against Roman. I cannot hit my attacks that have less than 100% accuracy. It's not worth it. I'd rather just get the damage off. I mean, there's also the solid chance that I get a poison. So, well, it's not solid. What is it, like? Is it 10%? It might be 10% on Poison Jab. I don't remember. We can definitely go into Talonflame here because Talonflame just walls this thing like you cannot believe. But I'm kind of tempted to just figure out what this is because he can't kill me. So I'm going to go for the Poison Jab here, get damage off, and we're going to figure out what this set is because it's really important that I know what he's running. What the heck? Oh, that's a Kibia Berry. That's a Kibia Berry Togekiss. Not even bad, Roman. And we get the poison. So the Hax is coming back here a little bit. Going both ways. As he's going to Flamethrower me. And he gets the burn. Are you kidding? 10% chance. Actually, no, that's not true. Because Serene Grace is a thing. So that is that's still just a 20% chance. That's less than Scald. So now my Garchomp is crippled. My Staraptor is gone. I guess that was my fault. I should have gone into Talonflame. I guess that was just a misplay. And he also got lucky on top of that. Man. Alright. So I guess I have to go into Talonflame. So now Garchomp's going to be like fodder, basically. We're going to go in to get Rocky Helmets, you know, if we can, and attempt to Dragon Tail or get a safe switch into something else, which I did not want this to be because Garchomp is very, very useful against Shiftry, because Shiftry can't really do much. It could actually be very useful against that Raikou too, depending on its hidden power type. If it is packing the hidden power Fire for Scizor, then I'll be in a good position. He's going to pull the switch here and take Togekiss out of there and go into his Landorus, and now he is going to have to take rocks, which is lovely, and he's going to go for the Rock Slide probably. I kind of want to just go right back into Garchomp because Garchomp is essentially useless at this point because it's defensive and burn, so its attacks are going to be doing nothing. Nothing, and I don't know that he's going to get an opportunity to spin with Torkoal. I don't know if he's going to want to waste a turn. If anything, he may want to set up his own rocks and just deal with the Stealth Rock on his side. Because he's only got that one... No, he's got two weaknesses. Two weaknesses to Stealth Rock. But still, it's really not that bad. Not really that bad. I need to find out what that Slowking set is, too. If it's defensive, Espeon is going to beat it. For sure, one-on-one, because I do have the Signal Beam. But without Garchomp and without Staraptor, Shiftry is going to be a problem. Shiftry is going to be a problem. I mean, I have Scizor too. Oh boy, I have dug myself a hole here. I don't really know if I dug it myself, but I fell in. Somebody else dug it and I fell in. I helped dig it. I guess we could say that. I helped dig it. So we're going to go back into Sarah here. Because he's going to go for either knockoff. Oh, he has U-turn. Okay. So he's got U-turn, which I guess makes sense on a Choice Scarf set. So he's going to take the Rocky Helmet plus the Rough Skin damage, which is great. That brings him down to almost half. And if he takes... Yeah, he's going to take rocks again. He might be getting close to Bullet Punch range, to be honest. And for sure at +2. So that's really great that I've weakened that Landorus. Really, really great, because that is by far the most threatening thing on his team. especially because of the fact that it's Scarf, so it actually outspeeds Espeon. Part of the reason I wanted to bring Espeon was because it naturally outspeeds Landorus. So we'll see what he wants to do here. We will see. He could go into Raikou if he's Hidden Power Ice, but he might not want to if he's choiced. He may, or if he's like more of a bulkier build, maybe he might not want to risk the fact that it might not kill. But he's gonna go into his Togekiss here, and yeah, there's really no reason for him not to. He's gonna take Rocks plus Poison, which is great. But this thing has Recovery. I don't know that Poison Jab will kill from there because I'm burned. Yeah, see, it was great that I got the poison on that Poison Jab, but I feel like the burn on Garchomp was way more significant. Even though I think Poison Jab has less of a chance to poison than his Flamethrower did because of Serene Grace. But, yeah. There's also the chance that he has, like, Heal Bell, too. Because I believe Togekiss gets that. Now, do I want to switch, or do I just want to click Poison Jab? That is the question. I think I'm going to pull the Hard Switch into Talonflame again, because I don't think this can do anything to me. And if it can't, I can start bulking up on this. And at least get some damage off on something. Not like set up to sweep, but get some +1 acrobatics damage off on something. As he is going to throw up a Wish there. So, okay. Okay, so that's useful information. So there could be a solid chance that he has Protect then. So Wish, Protect, Flamethrower, which was for Scizor, and Air Slash maybe? I feel like he's got to have a stab move. And I would assume it would be Air Slash. I mean, I guess it could be Dazzling Gleam too. I guess that's a thing. He didn't use it earlier on my Garchomp, but that's because he predicted me to switch hard into Scizor. And I did not do that. And I'm kind of glad I did not, because Flamethrower would have done a solid chunk of damage, and I got burned. So, I guess, in the grand scheme of things, if I had to choose between Garchomp getting burned and Scizor getting burned, I suppose Garchomp was the better choice. But I should have just gone hard into Talonflame. Like, it was lucky that he got that Flamethrower, but it was also a misplay. I should have just gone straight into Talonflame. There was really no reason for me not to, so that was just a bad play on my part. But I'm going to click Acrobatics here in case he doesn't have Protect, or in case he tries to pass a Wish, which he does. So he's going to save this Togekiss for fodder as he goes into Slowking. Okay, so let's see how much damage this does. He's going to get back up to full, most likely. But even at +1, yeah, that was not going to be doing enough anyway, so Bulk Up just would have been a waste of a turn. I mean, I guess essentially Acrobatics was too, but at least I could gauge the damage. I'm going to have to get to like +3 or 4 if I want to one-shot this thing, even with Rocks. Which leads me to believe... Is that defensive? I don't know. I don't know, because I don't have any attack investment. I think I have like 8 EVs or something. Something silly like that. And at this point, yeah, there's really no reason for me to leave Talonflame out. So I'm going to go back into my Garchomp as he's going to Scald me. At least I cannot get burned. I really don't want anything else to get burned. And we're actually going to survive that here. And I think this is where he's going to go back into his Togekiss. I really don't see any reason for him not to. So, but I'm trying to sack my Garchomp. So he's going to try to sack his Togekiss as well. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to click Dragon Tail in case he wants to save that fodder for later. Because at least I'm going to be able to rack up some Rocks damage. Unless he just stays in and kills me here. But I don't think he's going to. I don't think he's going to. I think he's going to switch. The question is whether or not he's going to go into Togekiss or not. As he does switch. Let's see what he does. Let's see! Let's see, let's see, let's see. It's going to be Edward. Alright, so we're going to have a double down here, which unfortunately means that I'm not going to get to see what he's going into, which means I don't have the momentum despite losing a Pokemon, which does stink, but that's what I wanted anyway. Not to not have the momentum, but I was trying to sack Garchomp there. It does not do anything for me. It was just going to be fodder, one way or the other. So now I'm feeling like he's going to go into Raikou. I feel like I pronounce Raikou different every time. Sometimes it's Raikou, sometimes it's Raikou, sometimes it's nothing, sometimes it's Electric Dog. Even though it's not a dog. It's not a dog. It is not. I remember a few years ago on my channel, I said that Entei was a dog. And the comment section was outrageous. It was like, there had to be like 50 people that were like, it's not a dog! The only thing that would have been worse is if I tried to like spell out the name and spelled it incorrectly. That would have been a madhouse too. Good times. Good times. Gotta love YouTube. Alright, so we got Raikou out here. I pronounce it different every time. I don't even care. I don't care. So hopefully we can get Carnivine to put in some work now. He may predict me to go for the Sleep Powder on the first turn. Because that's kind of what Carnivine does. It puts things to sleep and then either tries to attack or set up a Swords Dance. So the only surprise factor that I have here is the Natural Gift. And I don't know that I'm going to get to use it. I mean, if he were to go into Landorus, I could. But I can just kill that with a Power Whip from where it's at, plus Stealth Rock. So I think I just want to click Power Whip here for damage. There's a solid chance he might just Volt Switch, to be honest. Because he only has Hidden Power to hit me with. Be it Hidden Power Fire or Hidden Power Ice. Still don't know which one it is. I do not know. But he has the Flamethrower on the Togekiss, so maybe it's Hidden Power Ice? Because otherwise he just kind of gets pooped on by Garchomp. Really unfortunate that it got burned. Reflect. Okay, is this like dual screens? That would be interesting. We miss a Power Whip. I need to get damage off on this. I really need to get damage off on this. That sucks that I missed that. Okay. So let's see how we can come back from that now. I think my best play at this point is to click Sleep Powder. I don't think he's going to try to switch Shiftry in on a Power Whip. So he's going to go for the Hidden Power Ice / Fire here, as that's his only move to hit me with. And that does not even do half. And we missed the Sleep Powder too! Come on! Oh my gosh. I am not going to win this game. There's no way I'm going to win this game. He might try to get cheeky here and switch in Shiftry. I think I have to click Power Whip again. I can't afford to go for Natural Gift and have him stay in and Hidden Power again. I lost all this health on Carnivine for no reason. I have accomplished nothing the last 2 turns. This is not going well at all. Like, this is legitimately terrible. I guess, yeah, I have to click Power Whip, I think. And he has the Reflect up, so it's not going to do that much. But I need to get some sort of damage off. I've got to get damage off. If I can weaken this, I can kill it with Scizor. Unless he's, like, defensive? Like, physically defensive? I doubt he's physically defensive, though. That would be kind of kooky. Not impossible. People can run physically defensive Raikou. He's going to Volt Switch out here. So we're going to be inside the range of another Hidden Power if it comes to that. But I'm assuming he's going to go right into Shiftry here to avoid the Sleep Powder. Because if I go for it again, I mean, what are the chances I'm going to miss 3 attacks in a row? Like 90. So that's a 10% chance, not in his favor, as he goes into the Shiftry. And we're going to get the Power Whip off here. Let's see how much this does with the Reflect up. Not very much. Poor Carnivine. I should have clicked Natural Gift. I had a feeling he was going to go into Shiftry. I'll click it now, but he's just going to kill me with a knockoff here because he outspeeds. There's no reason for him not to click knockoff. No reason to risk the Sucker Punch. No reason to waste PP on that. So he's going to knock off my Gatlonberry there and probably be very confused as to what in the world is going on. Because I did not get to show that Natural Gift. But he's going to show the Life Orb as well, which kind of stinks. I was kind of hoping he was going to be Focus Sash and that it was broken, but that is not the case. That is not the case. He might not be fully physical either. there's a, you know, pretty decent chance that he could be carrying Leaf Storm. A lot of them do. So now I pretty much have to go into Scizor because, I mean, I could threaten him out with Acrobatics, but he can just go into Raikou. And then there's Slowking that I can't get rid of either. I need Espeon for that. I'm in such a bad position right now. I'm in a really, really, really bad position. Yeah, I think even if Staraptor was alive, I think my play is Scizor here. Because he's most likely going to switch, and then I can set up a Swords Dance. And the Reflect should be wearing off, depending on whether or not that Raikou is dual screens, and then I can fire off a knockoff, which should do a lot of damage. He has no switch-ins to knockoff either, because knockoff plus Bullet Punch will get rid of Shiftry, and he's going to try to save this for Espeon anyway, so it's like pretty much guaranteed that he's going to switch out here. Pretty much guaranteed. I could just go for knockoff this turn, predicting the switch, trying to get rid of that item on whatever comes in, especially if I could catch something like Landorus, but I don't think he's just going to switch Landorus in. That would be silliness. There's also Torkoal that could be a switch in, and I don't know that I want to just immediately knock off the item because then I lose my power on knockoff. But I'd have to switch anyway, though. That's the thing. If he goes into Torkoal, I have to switch. I cannot stay in on that. I would have to go to, like, Espeon. So he's going to withdraw the Shiftry here, as I figured he would. And he's going to go into the Raikou, which means he's probably packing the Hidden Power Fire. But that did so little to Carnivine that I am pretty confident staying in, to be honest. To be honest. I can probably Swords Dance on that. And I have so much Spadef investment that I could probably roost off the damage. So we're going to get a knockoff off here. And that did nothing. We get rid of his Chalonberry as the Reflect is going to wear off, so he's not dual screens. That was only 5 turns. And obviously he's not dual screens because we just knocked off his Chalonberry. Chalonberry. I think that's for decreasing the power of normal type moves once. And the only reason I can see that he would run that would be for Staraptor, which is actually a really good idea. Really, really good idea, because like I said, Staraptor was amazing against his team, and I still am regretting not hard switching there, because I had a feeling that he could have been Scarf, but I knew, I already calced before this battle that even if he happens to be Scarf, that that's not going to kill me. And of course, the Sheer Force prevents the flinching, so I'm like, there's no reason for me to worry about that at this point. And then I could U-turn out, get some momentum, and maybe scout with Garchomp or something. What could have been? What could have been? Coulda, shoulda, woulda. I'm not terribly disappointed with how I'm playing, though. Really not. I'm really, really not. I feel like maybe 1 or 2 plays I could have played a little bit differently, but with the information that I had at the time, I'm not feeling like I made a terrible play. So he's going to show off the Hidden Power Fire, and that does not do half. That does about 45-ish%, maybe a little bit more than that. And that means we can survive another one, I guess, unless he gets a really high roll. So we should be able to roost here. Feeling like he is going to want to switch. I don't know. I mean, he can go into Torkoal. There's really no reason for him not to go into Torkoal here, as he's just going to Hidden Power Fire again. As we survive with 5, so it looks like he did get a higher roll that time, but it was not enough. So we're kind of playing with fire here, Hidden Power Fire, to be clear. To be more specific. Okay, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do this? I'm really tempted to just No, not Swords Dance. Tempted to roost again. He's got to switch eventually. Maybe he thinks it's a roll. I don't think he can kill me, though. Like, he definitely got a higher roll that time, and it still didn't kill me. But we survived on, like, 5 HP. So there's that. I don't know why he's not just going into Torkoal. Like, I don't know if he's afraid of me clicking U-turn and getting momentum, but I don't have U-turn. I mean, he doesn't know that, but I don't know what reason he could possibly have for not going into Torkoal at this point. You don't need Torkoal for anything else other than maybe Talonflame. Maybe he's trying to keep it at full for Talonflame. I don't know for sure. That has to be it. That has to be it because there's no other reason that at this point you would not switch in Torkoal. He just doesn't want to take the damage on it. So I'm going to Bullet Punch here as that's physically defensive Raikou because that is definitely a 2-hit KO on regular Raikou as we're going to survive with 6 HP. So now what do I do? He's like max HP, max defense. He has to be for it to do that little at +2. So I think I have to sacrifice Scizor here. I don't see any other way around it. I don't want to. I mean, I could switch in Espeon on a Hidden Power Fire, I suppose. I mean, he could Volt Switch here too. If I switch in Espeon and he Volt Switches into Shiftry, I think the game's over at that point. Yeah, I don't think I want to do that. I feel like I have to make a play to win, though, at this point. I'm so far in the hole, it's about to be 5-2. So I'm going to Bullet Punch again to make sure that this is inside the range of Acrobatics. It should be. It better be, as he does Volt Switch. So I made the right play there. Because, like I said, if I went into Espeon and he Volt Switches out into Shiftry, then I would have to take a bunch of damage on Talonflame. I don't have an item, so even though he'd probably go for knockoff, there's that. Well, he actually might be forced to Sucker Punch there because I outspeed. But he might not think that I have anything to hit him with. So there's all these variables in play. I still think I made the correct decision at that point. As now he's going to go into Torkoal maybe. Maybe. Or Slowking. Torkoal or Slowking. Or even Landorus, because he can U-turn out. He's faster than everything on my team. And I can't kill. He doesn't know what my Talonflame is, though. That's the other part. I don't know that he wants to go straight into Landorus and then have me go into like a potential banded Talonflame. Or completely offensive with like Sharp Beak or something. As he actually is going to go into the Landorus, take rocks damage. So that means I have to go into Talonflame. Well, no, Acrobatics is not going to kill without a bulk up. I don't think it'll kill. So I'm going to have to make a play here. He may have just calced that. That may have been what he was deciding on whether or not Acrobatics would kill from that range, from about 50%. And without a boosting item and without a boost from bulk up, I don't think it does. Or it's a roll that's in his favor or something. So I think, yeah, we're going to make a play here. We're going to go into Espeon, and we're going to bait him to go for the knockoff, and then switch in Talonflame so he's locked into the knockoff. Then I can bulk up. Then he goes into Torkoal. He's going to take rocks damage. Hopefully 2 Acrobatics is not going to kill a +1, even with rocks. I think we're going to need him to miss a Stone Edge. Like, I think that's where we are right now. I think he's going to have to miss a Stone Edge with Torkoal for us to win. Or we're going to have to get like 2 crits. Or a crit and a roll or something like that. Something like that. So he's going to lock himself into the knockoff here. There's really no other play for him to make. He cannot risk going for Earth Power or Earthquake or whatever it is that he's carrying and have me go into Talonflame and have him get no damage. So he's going to go for the knockoff here. For sure. There it is. This shouldn't do too much. As it did a little bit more than I wanted it to. A little bit more. But we are free to bulk up here, as he's most likely going to go into the Torkoal now, because judging by how he's been playing, I think that's what the Torkoal is for. I think that's the entire reason that it's on his team, to be honest. There's also the Slowking, but if he goes into Slowking, I can beat that one-on-one with Espeon because I have Recovery and Calm Mind. I think I would just need to avoid the burn like once on Scald. I think that's what it comes down to. Yeah, I can beat that in a couple of turns. The only difference, the only thing that would change that would be if it was like Assault Vest, which it could be. In that case, it might take a few more turns. But I'm going to bulk up here regardless, as he is going to stay in and knock off again and give me a free bulk up, essentially. I think he predicted me to go back into Espeon there, predicting Torkoal to come out. So I'm glad I did not make that play. I thought about it. I definitely thought about it. But at this point, I'm trying to get ahead with Talonflame here. I need to pick up a kill. Like, I really do. It is 5-2 right now. And now it gets a bit tricky. If I bulk up or Roost and he goes into Slowking, I'm going to have to switch Espeon in on a Scald. And I don't know that I want to. I have to click Acrobatics here. So I'm clicking Acrobatics. He's going to switch either Slowking or Torkoal in here, as it's going to be the Torkoal. Okay, let's see how much this does after Rocks. It should bring him below half, I would think. It would have to. +1. As that does a lot. Oh, it's a critical hit! Oh, it is a critical hit. And now, that is unfortunate. So the Hacks is going the other way now. Now it's a roll, from the looks of it. It is a roll on whether or not Acrobatics is going to kill this Torkoal. I know he's got a rock move because I know he prepped, and I know he's probably deathly afraid of Talonflame. Like, that is probably his #1 Pokemon that he was afraid of, I would imagine, because it just has so much offensive pressure that it puts on teams. So I can understand that. That is what I would think myself. If I was up against a Talonflame, I would be doing everything I could to prevent it from putting in work. So I could Roost here, and then Stone Edge wouldn't kill, and then you have to hit 2. But if I bulk up, I mean, that it's still going to kill. It's Stone Edge, even at +2, because I don't have defense investment. I know it's a Torkoal, but I think I have to go for the roll here. I mean, I could just Roost until he misses a Stone Edge, I guess. Am I really going to play that game, though? And with my luck, he's just not going to miss. He's just not going to miss. Like, he's hit 4 or 5 gunk shots in a row against me before. So, I don't know that I want to play that game. That won't... I'm so tempted to just click Roost right now. I want to, but Acrobatics is the play. I got to go for the roll. I mean, it's like a flip of a coin either way. And he's going to survive with just a sliver of HP. And he actually has Rock Tomb. I probably could have... Oh, I could have Roosted. I don't think that was going to do enough to kill. Like, definitely not if I Roosted. At +1 from a Torkoal, and losing my speed doesn't really matter. Because with my defense boosts, I don't think... As long as I had an okay amount of health, he was not killing me with Sucker Punch. And I could just Roost on Shiftry. So we don't get the roll. We get lucky with the crit. Definitely lucky there. And then not so lucky with the roll. And now it's pretty much game. Because as soon as I kill anything, he's going to go right into... He's going to go right into Landorus and just click knockoff, and that'll be the game. Like, I don't see him doing anything else. I don't know that I want to show off the Signal Beam yet either, so I'm just going to click Psychic. I don't expect him to hard switch into Shiftry. I feel like that would be a definite choke play there if he were to do that. But he's not going to do that because he knows. He knows there's no reason to keep Torkoal with Espeon here. So he's going to actually go into this thing. I figured he would just go into either Shiftry or Landorus there and just win the game. Maybe he thinks that this Slowking beats me one-on-one, but it does not. Maybe he thinks that I'm choiced? I don't know. I do not know, but unless he like crit burns me or something, or gets like a bunch of Spadef drops with Shadow Ball, there's no way this is going to beat me. No way. He would have to like, yeah, he'd have to get a Spadef drop or a crit, or a burn, or a crit burn Spadef drop. So at least we're likely to get one more kill here, but it's looking like this is going to be a 3-0. I don't see any possible way to come back from this. I'm pretty sure that even Scarf knockoff from Lander is just Okos from max HP. Or from full health. I'm not running max HP, I'm running max speed. But you get my point. I'm really disappointed with this battle, I have to say. I'm really, really disappointed with how this battle turned out. Slightly disappointed in the way I played, but I don't regret. That is definitely Assault Vest. Oh my goodness, that is as Assault Vest as I've ever seen. As he goes for the Psyshock here to hit me on my weaker physically defensive side, and we can Morning Sun here, I suppose, or we can just Signal Beam again. It really does not matter at this point. It really does not matter. I don't think he's going to switch. There's no reason. No reason to switch whatsoever. So what does he have left? He's got Lander, Shiftry. What's that other Pokemon? Raikou, maybe? Did Raikou not die? That's right, it survived with a little bit of HP and then Volt switched out. That's right, I remembered, because it's physically defensive Raikou that survived 2 bullet punches at +2. So he's going to Psyshock here again as I get off more damage, and yeah, I might as well just kill him. I mean, it really, I don't know. I don't know. It's a little bit disheartening, but I'm completely new to the league format, so there's that. I can't be expecting too much. And it's just for fun. It is just for fun. There's nothing on the line, so it's okay if I lose. Like I said in the team building video, it is okay if I lose every game. I'm just here to just battle and have some fun, and it was still fun. It was still fun, even though I got a little bit salty there for a little bit. It was still fun. It's still Pokemon. It's part of the game. Sometimes you're not going to make the right play. Sometimes you're going to get hacked. Sometimes, you know, it's just life. So now he goes into the Landorus here, and he's going to finish me off and put me out of my misery with a Scarf Earthquake. So he shows off that that's what his other move was. I don't know that we saw the 4th move, though. He had U-turn, Earthquake, Knockoff, Rock Slide. That's what it was. That's what it was. I see. I see. So Carnivine could have, like, beat that one-on-one, which is hilarious. But it was not meant to be. I'm so mad that that Carnivine got hacks out of doing anything. Missed the Sleep Powder, missed the Power Whip. Poor Carnivine. Hopefully we can get him to get a kill at some point. So we're going to be 0-1. Roman's team, the Besaid Aurorus, is going to be 1-0. Next week, I believe I am battling Samuel. So shout outs to him. He's a cool guy. That'll be fun. Thank you guys for watching and supporting the Philadelphia Phantumps. I will see you all next week for week 2. Hope you all enjoyed. If you did, make sure you're leaving a like, rating, or comment, or whatever, and I will see you next time. But until then, game on.